What's good, fight fans? It's Ash's Corner. This weekend, we got two ESPN cards, a pay-per-view card, and a DAZN card. I'm not paying that pay-per-view. It's not going to be worth watching. The best fight on that card is the female card with Cris Cyborg. Is the female fight with Cris Cyborg. And then you had a DAZN card. It's going to be... I'm not watching that. The ESPN card is very lackluster, and this is the other ESPN card that's going to be very entertaining. And this is going to be taking place in New York. The main event is Sandor Martin versus Teofimo Lopez, and I'm going to go with Teofimo Lopez for this fight. Sandor Martin is a vet, being he got 274 rounds under his belt. And Teo has 91 rounds under his belt. It's a big difference, but the point of the matter is that Sandor Martin his knockout percentage is 30.95%. Teo's is 72.22%. Even though Sandor Martin isn't very old, he's 29 years old. He's a southpaw. That's going to work in his favor. But no, Sandor Martin lost to Anthony Yigit back in 2017, and Rolly knocked out Yigit in 7 rounds. And Teo is a power puncher. I just see this going Teo's way, and Teo winning this fight, probably by stoppage. But can Sandor Martin have good spots in this fight? Of course he can, but I'm still going with Teo for the win. For the co-main event will be Jared Big Baby Anderson versus Jerry Forrest for a 10-round heavyweight fight. Jared Anderson is 12-0 with 12 knockouts. He's ranked number 12 in the U.S. and number 53 in the world at heavyweight. He's been pro for 4 years. He's fighting out of Toledo, Ohio, 6'4" with a 78.5-inch reach, 23 years old. Okay, and he's running through stuff right now. He's fighting Forrest. Forrest is 26 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. Need I say more? Okay, the man has lost to... He got a KO loss from Gerald Washington in the second round in 2013. He's lost to Michael Hunter. He's right after that, and he's lost to Jermaine Franklin. He's lost to Carlos Takam, and he's coming off a loss to Kubrat Pulev. But he's ranked number 31 in the world. So the man is ranked over Jared Big Baby Anderson, and he's ranked number 6 in the states after having all them losses. So I know sometimes people look at a lot of these fighters like he's fighting bums and all, but really they be ranked higher than these fighters that's actually better than them that we know of. So because he's ranked higher than Big Baby, go ahead and get your money. Go ahead and get your rankings, boo-boo. And I'm going with Jared Anderson for the knockout. Now, before the co-main event, we're going to have Xander Zayas versus Alexis Salazar for an 8-round fight. Xander Zayas is a true talent. I really like him a lot. He's 14-0 with 10 knockouts. He's number 1 in Puerto Rico and number 63 in the world at 154 pounds. He's fought for 45 rounds total in his professional career. His knockout percentage is 71.43%. He's been pro for 4 years. He's 20 years old, 5'10" with a 74-inch reach, and he's fighting out of Florida. Now, Alexis is a pretty good match for him. It's a pretty good fight. He just lost to Carlos Adams at he has 157 rounds under his belt. He's 27 years old, been pro for 10 years, so he got a lot under his belt. You know what I mean? He's not new to this game, but I see it as a good test and a good win for my man Zayas. Before that, we have Keyshawn Davis versus Juan Carlos Burgos. This is going to be a 6-round fight. Keyshawn is 6-0. He's Mr. 6-0. He has 5 knockouts, 25 rounds under his belt, 83.33% knockout rating. 2 years pro, 23 years old. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch reach, fighting out of Virginia. Now, Juan has 35 wins, 6 losses, and 3 draws. And he's been knocked out 2 times already. His knockout percentage is under 50%. He's been pro for 19 years, and he should retire. This guy is probably going to retire after this fight. He's been getting beat up for a very long time. He's been getting beat on, all right? And 2 of them people are Mikey Garcia and Devin Haney. And I see Keyshawn Davis being part of that list. Next, the very highly entertaining and talented Shushu. Bruce Carrington. This going to be a 6-round fight. He's going to fight another Juan Tapaka, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Bruce Carrington is 5-0. This will be his 6th fight, I believe, this year, all this year. He has 3 knockouts. His knockout percentage is 60%. He's 25 years old. He's been pro. This is his first year being pro. He's 5'8" with a 72-inch reach, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York. Juan is 12-4. Okay, 12 wins, 4 losses with 4 knockouts. Okay, he has 81 rounds under his belt. Is 25% knockout rating. 29 years old, and he's been pro for 9 years. This is going to be a pretty good fight for him. In 2018, Shakur beat him by UD. So I think Bruce Carrington Shushu is gonna beat him also, just like Shakur did 4 years ago. He will have another loss. Okay, Bruce Carrington will be 6-0 in my opinion. Shushu's the truth. And before that, moving right along, Jihad Tucker is going to be facing Ivan. Now listen, this card is fire. Like I said, man, this going to be an 8-round fight. Jihad Tucker's 9-0 with 5 knockouts, 33 rounds of burning his belt, knockout percentage of 55.56%. He's been pro for 3 years, 19 years old, 5'11" with a 68-inch reach, fighting out of New York. Well, no, New York born in Queens. Okay, bet. And Ivan has a record of 14-2-1 with 8 KOs, 47.6 knockout percentage, 7 years pro. It's a pretty good fight, yo. Pretty good fight. I got my man Tucker pulling it out though. Always gonna go with my man Jihad Tucker, bruh. He's the truth. Now before that, moving right along, we have Tiger Johnson versus Mike Ohan Jr. Man, listen, Tiger Johnson is straight up skillful. This is gonna be an 8-round fight. He's 6-0, going for his 7th fight this year, ladies and gentlemen. This is his first year being pro, and he's already about to squeeze in his 7th fight for 2022. All right, he has 4 knockouts. He has 26 rounds under his belt, 66.67% knockout rating. All right, the man's 24 years old, 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. Cleveland, Ohio is where he's fighting out of. And just like I said, his 6th fight, that is the truth, especially for somebody like Tiger Johnson that's coming up, and he needs these fights. You know what I'm saying? He's very entertaining to watch, so I like it. I love it. Okay, want some more of it. Now, when it comes to Mike, his opponent is 16-1 with 9 knockouts. He's fought for 65 rounds. He has a 52.94% knockout rating, been pro for 6 years. He's only lost to somebody named Carlos Hernandez in 2019 via a majority decision. This is probably a harder fight than it looks, okay? But on paper, this is a pretty hard fight. Dude 16-1, Tiger 6-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, this right here is probably, in my opinion, going to be a very highly entertaining fight. It might be a bit of a chess match, seeing that Mike do have a little bit of pop. But I'm going with Tiger for the win, of course. Now, the first 2 fights on this card isn't really big names, but straight up, I believe they're going to be entertaining as well. All right, and this is one Damien versus Emilio Salas. Don't really know how to pronounce his name, but Damien's on the left. Okay, he's 9-0. He is an undefeated fighter. He is a heavyweight, just coming up, just getting his start. 26 years old, 6'7" with an 86-inch reach. He's 9-0 with 5 KOs, 30 rounds under his belt, 55.56 knockout rating. Has been pro for 2 years. Now Salas, the man on the right, is 7 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. He has 3 KOs. He's gotten stopped 2 times in his career. He has 41 rounds up under his belt, and he can't really punch for a heavyweight. 27% knockout rating. He's been pro for 11 years, 37 years old, and very old. He's a southpaw though, 6'4", fighting out of Puerto Rican. Well, he's Puerto Rican, fighting out of New York. And starting off the ESPN card, we have a Joseph Ward versus a Frederick. Now, Joseph Ward is 7-1 with 4 knockouts. And this his first pro fight, he got stopped in the second round. It was a TKO loss. He has 28 rounds up under his belt, so he's just starting as well. 3 years pro, 50% knockout rating. 29 years old, southpaw, 6'1", with a 70-inch reach, and he's from Ireland. And this is a 6-round light heavyweight fight. That is Joe Ward is the man on the left, and Frederick, the man on the right, is 12-1 with 10 knockouts, 54 rounds under his belt, 76.92% knockout rating. He's been pro for 7 years. He's 5'10", southpaw. He's from France, and he fights out of Brooklyn, New York right now, and he's coming off of a loss in December 2021. Now, this fight is going to start the night off. I believe Joseph Ward is from Ireland, but now he fights out of Yonkers. And I believe this is going to be a pretty good fight as well, starting it off. They look pretty even matched, 7-1, 7-1, and 12-1. Both of them got pop. Both of them southpaws. Both of them pretty big gentlemen as light heavyweight. Now, this was all you needed to know. I'm letting y'all know this is the card to watch. Don't even spend your money with that pay-per-view. Don't bother with the zone. ESPN and ESPN Plus is what you should be checking for this Saturday. And this card outweighs the other ESPN card by far. Always like and subscribe to my channel. Peace.